come on, come on. Aloha. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we do it here in Hawaii. Nice job, nice job. Gonna wait for a little bit of silence as we gather. Right up here.
Louder? Say louder.
We cannot be any louder. This is how loud we are. Welcome. Aloha. In Hawaiian, we say e komo mai, which means welcome. And first order of business is to thank our incredible musicians this evening, Joey and Andrew. Joey on the oud, Andrew on the guitar. And second order of business is to thank our amazing caterer, Susan, of Sweet Potato Kitchen. Sweet Potato Kitchen is an amazing, organic, local, gluten-free, vegetarian, incredible restaurant right here in downtown Hawaii. And she's not open on the weekends, but if you're still here on Monday, she's open around 10 a.m. Go get some food. The ceviche was from Gills Lanai, which is in Kapa'au, also a local vendor. And in addition to Susan's food tonight, we have some...
But we have to note that the ceviche is made by...
Oh, Tracy.
Tracy.
Gilmore.
Yeah.
Jim's wife.
Jim's wife.
That's true.
You gotta ask for that special.
It's not always on the menu.
Not always on the menu.
But they do. And we'll tell you about the menu for dinner, which is going to open the buffet in just a moment. That's the Ella Bear, if you haven't met her. Thank you so much to all the friends and family who have been gathering around so far to help us out. It truly takes a village to put on 5 events in 4 days when you're doing it all yourself. And we could not do it without you. Thank you guys so, so much. It's been incredible, the support that's risen up around us, and we are so grateful. And of course.
So, we want to introduce everyone, if you haven't met her yet, to a very special lady, my mother, Judy Leroy. If you could stand up, please. And thank you, Mom. She's hosting this lovely event tonight, and so thank you very much. We love you. Thank you for coming out.
And Mark is going to read out the menu. It's also posted at the buffet, just so you know what you're eating this evening. The folks will be playing Joey and Andrew until 7 p.m., at which time they are going to be Cinderella and depart, and we'll have a playlist going and all that good stuff. We really welcome speeches. I'm personally in love with speeches, and want to hear from as many of you guys as feel like sharing. There are opportunities this evening at any point once the musicians end and the playlist begins. Come on up. There will be a mic here, and we'd love to hear from you. And also opportunities tomorrow at the wedding. So whenever works for you, share any thoughts, any love would be really, really great.
Maybe some funny stories about Maya that I've never heard before.
And do you want to read out the menu, and then we'll have your mama come up?
Yes. So we have green papaya slaw. This is all locally sourced. Yeah? Okay. Curly kale and carrot salad, seasoned wilted greens, beet steak patty, smashed purple sweet potatoes, good old mashed potatoes, triple mushroom gravy, honey lemonade, beet citrus vanilla cooler, banana bread bites, fudge brownie bites with Hawaiian salted caramel.
And in addition, those were sort of the dinner, and then the drinks and the dessert. And also for dinner, we have what's called Korean chicken here. It's fried chicken to supplement.
Local kind.
Very local kind. And enjoy.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Mahalo. We love you guys. And welcome Judy Leroy.
We are Jess and Camilla, two of Maya's absolute most earliest,
not oldest, earliest.
Yes, not oldest friends. I'm sure you have older friends than us.
So we're kind of going to start from the very beginning. First of all, thank you guys so much for having us here to this beautiful place.
Yay!
It's just been astoundingly beautiful. Can you hear me? Well, we've just been so thrilled to be here for the amount of time, 36 hours, like 7 days, whatever we've been here, and it's been so fun. For those of you who don't know, I'm Camilla, and this is Jess.
Hello.
And so we are part of the building crew. And Maya is actually my very first friend. I don't know if maybe you have an earlier friend, but you're my first friend because we met when our moms were pregnant. And then we grew up together. Oh, hi.
We have small people.
We have small people here. We're watching. We grew up together, Jess, me, Ashley, and a bunch of other folks here in the same building in New York City. And I just have to say that growing up with Maya was so much fun. I've been thinking about it over the last couple of weeks, and it's just your sense of spirit, your fun, like everything was fun growing up with you. And I just wanted to share a couple of memories. One of them was when we fell off a ski lift together because we were having too much fun. I don't know what we were doing, but it was. Were you there? And then we spent probably, I don't know, millions of hours together walking to school. And one of the things we used to do was punch buggy. And I think, probably after a million punch buggy, no punch backs, Maya probably, I don't know, you still won. But it was a fierce competition there for. I don't break my leg. You have a joke you want to tell? One of my favorite memories of Maya was when we decided to binge watch Little House on the Prairie while simultaneously eating carrots to improve our eyesight. So this was like the 5-year-old kind of like games. And then finally, and this is something that I think all the building people will remember, but we just had so much fun dancing and singing to Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh, yeah.
Walk Like an Egyptian, anything from Weird Al. Anyways, it was just so much fun. All my early memories are flavored by that. And so Mark, I'm just growing to know you, but I do know that you appreciate Maya's sense of fun and her spirit and can see that you guys are building such a great life here together in Hawaii. And I just wanted to raise a glass to you guys to many more fun and hilarious times ahead.
And you too, Mom.
I have somebody who, just like Maya, likes to be on stage in my life. So yeah, echoing. So this is the early phase Maya clan up here, and yeah, fun is a great is a good one to sum it all up. And mine would also be a word that is perhaps overused, but is cool, because Maya to me was always cool. Starting from the first time that, I went to preschool with her. I met her before then, but we went to preschool together. And basically, when we went to a church preschool, and I happened to go see Maya in some sort of pageant at about age 2.5 or 3. And when I saw Maya get up there and start to do her performing thing, which she was doing from that age, fully, owning the stage, I threw apparently what was my only tantrum of my early years, which was to be able to go and join her up on stage because it was that compelling, her performance up there. And she was that cool that she made me want to join church. She actually made me beg my parents to join the church, and I started Sunday school, even though my mom had left the Catholic Church and wasn't sure how she felt about any kind of church. And I had to start going to church because of this one and how compelling she was. And so that was at 3. And then we continued from there. We went to performing arts camp all together. And going to performing arts camp with Maya, I mean, you know, there was a star in the musical, and it wasn't Camilla, and it wasn't me. I'm going to let you guess who it was. But guess what? Like, we didn't resent that of her. She owned it. She owned that stage. She was just amazing the whole time. And fast forward to, you know, I went to sleepaway camp with her, and you were cool in sleepaway camp. Like, you're the one who dated the counselor in training. Like, and by the way, I'll leave this theme at this, but people have always been, as you know, I'm sure you know, Mark, attracted to Miss Maya. I mean, she has not just, yeah, she's never had trouble finding amazing, vibrant people. But what's so awesome is the level of cool. I've never met anyone as simultaneously cool and earnest. You don't usually find someone who's really earnest and really cool in the same package, and that's you. And I kind of feel like that's you too, Mark. And so that's what I think is awesome about this union. And by the way, my last thing that I'll say is I think LA didn't really get that about you, but like Hawaii gets that. Hawaii gets like earnest and cool in the same package. You know what I mean? Like inner outer beauty thing. I'm getting that vibe here, like from just being here for 48 hours. But I kind of that's what I think is cool about Hawaii. So hooray for you guys! Love you. Okay. Now any later phase Maya people who haven't known you from 0 years, you're also welcome to come.
What's up, Ella? Hi, I'm Ami. I'm here to represent the college years of Maya. I think we're all back over there. The first time I met Maya, she was walking through our quad at UC Santa Cruz, and she had this like giant like barbell thing in her nose, which I can only assume all of the relatives around here knew that phase and were not into it. I wasn't into that look either, but I gotta say, if anyone were to rock it and look cool, it was Maya. Maya like just wore it, and it was funny because sometimes you turn it up when you wanted to be discreet. But yeah, so that was my first introduction to Maya and her. Like, I was like, oh, who's this like hip chick from Manhattan who wears like a leather jacket and her barbell look? Anyway, but you know, aside from that, I realized, you know, once I got to know Maya, how soft and amazing and like genuine you were as a person, and that sort of hard exterior was just us being 18 and wearing way too much flannel and corduroy at the time. So, never enough, yeah. So anyway, I think just, I guess I just want to say, like, throughout the years of knowing Maya, which I met you when we were 18, I believe, I've noticed that she has this way of like setting a goal on something and just doing it better than most people I know. You had decided you were going to learn Italian, and I was like, who learns Italian? And you were like, I'm going to Italy, and I was like, who does that? Like, isn't it hard enough with like all of our, anyway. And she did that, and she went and she mastered Italian, and she was totally fluent, and she went and she did her exchange program. I chose Australia because I'm not as driven as Maya, so she's like off in like, you know, having this romantic, amazing like life in Italy, and I'm in Australia. And I was like, while I'm there, why didn't I learn Italian? Why wasn't I that disciplined? Yeah, and then your big move to LA, which after you know, little Santa Cruz, to uproot your life and Ella, and then the multiple times that we're in LA and I'm seeing you, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to Hawaii and I'm going to move to this island, this rock. And I was like, wow, okay, that's a little crazy, but go for it, you know. And I think, just the timing, I came here shortly after and met Mark. And I've met a lot of Maya's previous men, and I'm just going to say, Mark, it was like, oh, Mark, thank God. Thank God. Can we spend more time with Mark? Anyway, it just fits. It just fits, and I think that it's this perfect balance of being driven and spirituality, and I don't know, I just feel like you guys are such a great match, and I don't know, that's it. Congratulations. I love you guys.
Hello. So excited to be here. Maya, Mark, Susan, Mike, everybody, the family, Billy. Just so great to see everybody again. So I was Maya's first friend in college, or she was my first friend. I was her first friend. It was such a special day, and she just made all of my time in college and so fulfilling. And there's something specific I wanted to talk about, actually. And it's kind of like my coming out story, that Maya was such an instrumental force in it. So one of the things I discovered about parents who are divorced, and specifically Maya's, is that, well, they each sent her money every week. And they didn't know how much they were each sending. So Maya was just rich in college. It was my dad just sent me a couple hundred, and I don't think my mom knew that my dad sent me that, so there's another 500. So we had a pretty wealthy friend, and in college that meant the world. So it was right after finals, and Maya and I were like, oh, we need to get away. And we decided to drive down to Pebble Beach. Little did we know about Pebble Beach. Has everyone been to Pebble Beach? It's basically this, talk about homogenized little city. It's basically white, wealthy golfers, male golfers. Pebble Beach. There was none of that action there. So anyway, we're in Pebble Beach, and we have never been to Pebble Beach. And so we get there, it's kind of late, and we're like, well, were's a bar that's open. So we roll into this bar, and again, it's just all white male golfers. I'm like, all right, this I don't know if this is gonna work. So we're sitting at the bar, and this girl comes up to us, and she's super friendly. And she's like, what are you guys doing here? We're like, oh, we just got, we're just here from school. And she's like, well, let me buy you some drinks. So we're like, okay, because college, and everybody wants a free drink. And so she bought us these drinks, and then she was even more friendly. She said, come back and meet my friends. And we're like, okay. So we come back, and we're hanging out with her, and then she's wanting to dance with us. And I'm like, I'm not gay, but my friend Maya is. And then, because she was so friendly, and I just thought it was a little awesome. I'm like, you should dance with Maya. And then Maya said to this woman, I am not gay, but my friend really is gay. So 7 years later, actually, no, that year, that woman actually I ended up marrying, and she was my partner for 7 years. And so really was a big, you're just such an instrumental in so many ways in my life, and you're such a force of nature and a force to love, and I know that everything that's going to happen with you and Mark are going to be as just adventurous and as spirited, and to just get both of you out of your comfort zone. And that's what Maya really did, is throughout college and throughout my life, always pushed me out of my comfort zone and helped me see the way things are. And so really love you, appreciate you, and so excited for your life together.
My name's Jim Scarlett, and I'm Maya's uncle. And I met Mark 4 days ago now, so I know him very, very well. and I admire Mark and Maya very much. And one of the things that I admire most is that they took a risk when they came to Hawaii. But it was more than that, because they changed their careers and moved to Hawaii. And that's a big move. Maya was a struggling actress successful, but it was winding down maybe. And Mark was a graphic designer, and maybe that was winding down a little bit too. And they decided to embark into new careers. And Mark brought a portfolio of anywhere between 6 or 9 properties. Mark says 6, Maya says 9, I believe Maya. So, and that really, kicked off his opportunity here. Maya came over in sort of the corporate world, and now is in the yoga world. So it's been an interesting transition for these two individuals who have come here to find each other. And that's the part that I really like, is that they came here vaguely not knowing each other, or just sort of vaguely not knowing at all, but found each other here. So they took several risks, found each other, and fell in love, and we're here tonight. So I admire them a lot, because I think that folks say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. They got out of Dodge, meaning LA, came here, new careers, new love, and tomorrow it's all going to happen. So hats off to these guys.
Hi. Hi. We just started eating, so I don't want to interrupt that, but this is such a special thing to be invited to this wedding, and to have the joy of knowing Maya in general, and to have anything to do with her and her family is like a beautiful blessing in and of itself. And you're an amazing part of that. You seem to give her a strength and support that I couldn't imagine anyone else giving. And it makes her stronger and more beautiful than she is already, which is insane. And so I thank you for that. And I thank you for bringing us all out here. And I mean, both of you creating this beautiful thing. It's gorgeous where you live. It's gorgeous who you are. It's beautiful what you're doing, and I couldn't be more happy, more grateful for everything that you both are. And thank you for having us. Thank you for everything.
Hello, people. How you all doing tonight? All right. Well, my name is Nikos, and I'm a good friend of Squid's. In case you all know, you're calling him by his wrong name. You're saying Mark. His name is Squid. And if you're wondering what took so long for some of his friends that traveled out here to get up here, is because that's what friends do. We make them sweat. So we're making them sweat in the seat, trying to figure out what the fuck, why aren't my friends going up there talking about me yet? No, I'm just kidding. Dude, I love you, man. Squid is an amazing person. He's been, I've known him since elementary school, but I really didn't get to know him till I hit puberty. I mean, but that's serious. No, but Squid. Squid's been an amazing friend. I mean, hold on, please. Stop laughing. No, Squid's been through a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of stuff with Squid. All his friends are out here, and he's been an amazing friend for a lot of my life. And quite honestly, Squid's been the ground for me in a lot of ways. I mean, I've gone through a lot of stuff, and he's always been there. He's always been, as crazy as he is, and as psycho as he is, and all those other things. He's totally there for me. No, but Squid and Maya, Squid, Maya, you've got a great guy there. I lost my train of thought because it's laughing. But Mark is genuinely sweet, caring, and he has a lot to give. And I'm just so happy that he found you because he's been looking. He's been looking for a long time. And there's not been many girls like you had many guys, like the other story I heard and all that stuff. But there's been a few. There might be, but I'm just playing. This is the night to do it. This is not the actual day. This is not the day. I'll be nicer when that day comes. I'm just like letting you know now what's going on here. I can't say enough though. I'm so thrilled that you guys found a place out here. I'm excited Squid came out here, and he was confused. He didn't know what to do, and it's just like all your family and all your friends have said, Maya. It's fate, you know, and I didn't know that you guys lived so close. You know, Squid's been out here for quite a few years now, and he's grown his way, and all of us friends back in LA have grown our way, and it's just great to see that the way that he's grown out here, and your place and everything's been amazing. So, yeah. Thank you.
It's a tough act to follow.
Memories. Yat I'm Wahela.
I'm Billy, Maya's younger brother.
And this is amazing day, amazing time in the world, and I just want to like ground us where we're at. We are in a beautiful land, beautiful sacred mountain. Today I was really honored to hang out with some indigenous native Hawaiians here and honor all the sacred mountain. And the spiritual leader asked me, "What brings you here?" I said, "My sister, she's getting married." And she said, "It's gonna be a beautiful wedding. It's gonna be a beautiful unionship, and it's gonna thrive." And I just thought, she didn't know, you know, she asked me directly, and that's what I responded to this morning. And I just want to say to Maya, Mark, that's the blessings, you know, from the people here and the people that are caretakers of this beautiful land and this beautiful mountain that we're trying to protect here, Mauna Kea. And just want to have that resonate to you all, and that you guys are so lucky to be on this land because it's so powerful and so spiritual, and it's a haven for like rejuvenation. It's a haven for creativity. It's a haven for like a lot of that we all are craving for. And even just like the few minutes that we're here or hours, whatever, it's just like powerful. And I just want to say that you guys are also the caretakers of this area, and just really mind-blowing with my children and Billy to be here. And that we also, like, it was funny because like hearing both sides of the family and the friends is like, oh wow, I'm having this like experience again when we were in unionship, and you know, bringing two families together and friends is so fun. And it's just so like, you know, talking about from when you're born to, you know, where you're at today in the stages of life. It's just this like beautiful like connection and network that you have, each of you, and that you give, and to bring us all together today, and that's powerful. And I just, you know, all my time of getting to know Maya has been just amazing and beautiful experience. And Mark, my kids cannot get over the chicken on a skateboard. That always comes. Tohana, chicken on a skateboard. Alawan, chicken on a skateboard. That's the story. When they met Mark, was always about this like imagining like a chicken on a skateboard, and that exists, really? Wow, awesome. You know, I love that. So thank you, Mark.
welcome. You know, I'm really glad to have you a part of our family, brother, and to be the uncle. Yeah. And then all of our relation, you know, Susan and Mr. Parrish and your family that I just met. So thank you for that, and just really grateful to be here and just like powerful. So, yeah.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
So, yeah, it's another harder act to follow. I have had the incredible pleasure of being Maya's younger brother. Hard in some ways, at first, intimidating. She was kind of a god-like figure for me growing up, you know, this incredibly brilliant, beautiful, powerful person who shaped me in so many ways. Thinking of all the things she did that I ended up following, and she was my fashion icon, and she liked indie rock, and so I liked indie rock, and she went to the mountain school, so I went to the mountain school. I also remember the barbell phase, the horrible barbell phase, which I followed even more horribly with a earring up here that got infected, and led me down good paths mostly. You know, I always had a great time when I visited you in LA, but LA can be hard on gods. And look at Hancock. You know, it's been so amazing to see you sort of fully regain your goddesshood out here, and I feel like you're more beautiful and powerful and brilliant than ever. And you found a man who's also beautiful and powerful and brilliant. And it's my new brother, and I love you, Mark, and really honored to have you join our family. And I was asking the girls, I was looking for material for my speech, and I was asking them what they think of Mark and Maya. They're smarter than any of us. So. And they said a couple things. They said they're really nice to each other. They laugh a lot, and they're good at taking care of things together. And intuitive little beings. But I said that's a pretty good foundation for a marriage. So here's to love and laughter and taking care of things together.
Hi, everyone. I'm so short. Hi. Hi. I'm Sue. As some of you may know, I go way, way back with Mark. We used to skate together at the Galleria. That's a thing, right? You used to do that. Yeah. No, went to high school with Maya briefly, and we remained friends for. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Let's start over. We remained friends, and she has seen me through all the ups and downs, the roller coaster of life, and you have supported me for, I don't know, 20 years, something like that, more maybe. Sorry, I'm like such an amateur. I'm gonna cry before I even get to. I'm just so grateful I'm so grateful for your friendship. And when I was at your yoga class today, I was looking at you and thinking, God, she's so happy. And that even though Maya is a talented actress, I think we all know that, but that is something that you just can't fake. It's not, you can put on smiles and you can be kind to people and polite, but true joy, I think, is something that genuine joy, you can't fake it. And you had it, And as long as I've known you, this is the happiest that I have ever seen you. So I'm grateful to you for your friendship. And Mark, I'm grateful to you for making her this happy. And I am the worst. Sorry, this is like... So thank you so much, Mark. I've only known you a brief time, but I think anyone can tell as soon as they meet you that you are just a wonderful person. You've got your heart, your mind, your sense of humor, everything is like in the right place. You moved out here like Maya, took a huge leap of faith, and it's totally paying off. And you guys found each other, and as it's been mentioned before, that it's obviously destiny. So I'm just so happy for you guys, and just thank you for making her so full of joy. And that's it. So I just want to toast you guys and your lives together. I love you guys. I am not usually this shaky. My voice sounds normal, I think, most of the time.
I'm not a much of a speaker, and but I do know a little bit about Mark. Like Nikos, some of it's kind of crazy, but I've known him for a long time. I'm for those of you who haven't met, I'm Larry, and I'm sort of Mark's stepdad, I guess. And I won't talk a lot about any craziness, except that I do remember one of the early experiences I had with Mark was occasionally, when he was quite young, seeing him drop to the floor and go into some kind of spasm, which worried me until I heard about something called breakdancing. And so then I sort of understood, but that was maybe one of the milder things. I also, at one time when he was younger, thought that he invented the phrase, "Are we there yet?" So anyway, it is kind of popular to say that someone has been on a journey. And if Mark has been on a journey, I don't know if I knew it, I don't know if he knew it, but if that's the case, Maya, I think he's found the proper destination. Love you both.
Hi, I'm Dessert. I'm Mike Parrish, Maya's dad, and Billy's. And so I can't resist this opportunity to stand up and say how happy and proud I am to be here with the two of them, and also so many close friends and relatives and really dear hearts. But being myself, I also have to say that I wanted to fill in some of the blanks that always occur in a situation like this. I think you remember Jessica. She was one of the, along with Camilla, Maya's earliest friends, along with one other girl in the building whose sister is here. There's Jessica, she's waving. Now, my earliest memory of Maya and Jessica together is playing on the floor in her room, Maya's room, with those large Legos. You know, the kids are at a certain age, you can't trust them with the little Legos because they're going to eat them, right? And that's never good. And so the Legos are so big they can't get them in their mouths. And there's only about 2 or 3 things you can make out of them, but of course, being that age, they'll make them over and over and over again, and then they'll step on them and break them apart, and then they'll put them back together again. In this case, it was pretty simple. Maya and Jessica are sitting in this room with these large yellow Legos. They made into telephones, you know, the old style telephone handset thing. And they're sitting there saying, hello, hello, Do you have any money? Do you have any chocolate? Do you have any money? Do you have any chocolate? Do you have any money? Do you have any chocolate? So that's one thing that I know everybody's on the right track with that. Another thing that I remember, and this goes to what Billy was saying, Maya's always been a force of nature. We called her the ultimate authority because she knew, even if you knew, she knew better, okay? And if you confuted her, she would go to war over, whether salt was white. It didn't matter. And one day, what this sort of crystallized for me as I'm taking her by the hand across Columbus Avenue to play school, or what, preschool, we called it, right? And there she is. The light starts flashing, the hand starts pulsing. Don't walk, don't walk, don't walk. No, actually, that's the new one is the hand. The old one, it just said don't walk. Now, how they thought that everybody could understand that, I don't know, but Maya understood it even though she was pre-literate. And so she sees it start flashing and grabs my hand and starts pulling me like crazy, dragging me right in the middle of Columbus Avenue while all the taxi cabs are roaring down the street. And I say to her, Maya, don't you see? It's flashing. She says, Dad, on a flashing don't walk, you can make it no sweat, huh? And she's always been like that, and I'm sure she always will be. Part 3, or whatever the number is out at Harvey's Lake, which is Susan's family's wonderful place up in Pennsylvania on the lakes, wonderful summer place. And we spent a lot of time up there. In one particular case, Maya's walking up with Billy, and Maya's, I say, about 7, Billy's about 3, and I'm walking behind them just to make sure that they keep going where they're supposed to be going instead of off some other place, and also to overhear the conversations, because it's always interesting what you can hear when other people don't know you're listening, right? So in this case, Maya's walking along, and she's got her hand on his shoulder, and she says, well, Billy, you got to take the good with the bad, and some days, it goes your way, and some days it doesn't, and sometimes, you'll fall down, but then you get yourself right back up, and 18 other homilies of exactly that sort, right? And it just flows out of her. And Billy's looking up at her, and he's like, and he's nodding, and he's nodding, and he's nodding. And finally, so we get back in the house, and I go up to her. He goes off someplace, and I go, Maya, that was amazing, the stuff you were saying to Billy. And she says, oh yeah, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It wasn't exactly from the heart. She was practicing her lines. She was practicing her lines on her audience, right? And finally, I was happy to hear what happened to my money during college, but even more than that, it really came home to me when Billy and Wahala came up and said the wonderful things that they said. Because if you checked out Billy, I mean, she is his fashion god, and that shirt he's wearing, he was wearing that in high school. And if you had a good enough look at his pants, the cuffs of his pants are up halfway up his shins, right? Now, there's a reason for that. It's because Maya got all the clothes money. Okay. And that's all I have to say on the subject, other than welcome everyone and have a wonderful day tomorrow, as I know we all will.
Somebody said you like toast. I don't know where Mark went, but I'm one of the 4 mothers. One of the 4 mothers in our building in New York. And I met Maya before she was born. We had a dinner, Mike and Susan, and my husband David. I'm 9 months pregnant. Susan's 4 or 5 months pregnant. I've lost track. After a shareholders meeting in our building, and Susan tells me that Maya said hello to Camilla that night because it was the first time she felt her move. And it goes way back. And it is such a joy to be here for me for very personal reasons. I was supposed to be here 42 years ago with my father. And it was a joy to find out, not only that you were getting married, that was a wonderful joy, and I'm so excited, but to be here where I was supposed to be with my father 42 years ago, to walk the black sands of beach. He didn't make it. He didn't survive. And it's so beautiful to be here with all of you and the 4 children, or the 4 families from our building who we keep getting together with one wedding after another, after another, after another. I think we're running out, so we're going to have to hopefully keep it going. And maybe we'll move on to the next generation who's sitting right in front of me. And I want to say mahalo for having us here, a mazel tov or whatever. And it is a great joy to me that we're seeing this night and this day and this weekend. So thank you.